I'd like to call up Rabbi Dennis to bring our invocation.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. I would like to open in prayer. I'd like to read a psalm, Psalm 28, if I could. It's a very short psalm. It's a song of ascents. Praiseworthy is each person who fears Adonai and who walks in his paths. When you eat the labor of your hands, you are praiseworthy, and it is well with you. Your spouses shall be like fruitful vines in your inner chambers of your home, and your children will be like olive shoots surrounding your table. Behold, so is blessed the person who fears Adonai. May Adonai bless you from his dwelling place, and may you gaze upon the goodness of Jerusalem all the days of your life. If you could indulge me, I would like to say a little prayer in Hebrew, which will include the Aaronic benediction. Some of you may be familiar with that. Misha Barak Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Raquel V'Leah. He who blessed their forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Lord God, may you bless the men and women of this meeting. May you guide them and direct them in the affairs that you would have for them on the path that they should go. Yivarekeka Adonai v'yishmareka, Ye'adonai panav alecha v'kuneka, Yisad Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and put to you his peace. Amen.
Thank you so much, Rabbi. And as we've been doing all this year, if you have a favorite pastor or someone you'd like to come bring the invocation, or a rabbi or a priest, please let Jay Ellis know. We'd love to put them on the schedule and have them bring the invocation. At this time, please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom breathe. Thank you. You can be seated. Enjoy your fellowship. We'll come back with the program about 12:30. Back, everybody. I'd like to call up Dr. John Mullis to do our introduction of our guests.
Thank you, Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. When I call your name, if you could just stand up so that we can give you a round of applause. We'll start with, Ray's already standing, so we'll start with the county commissioners. We got Commissioners Ron, Bearden, Turner, and Ballard here, as well as Amanda's husband, David. And baby Ballard, too, that's right, who is the cutest member right now. We also have, I don't see them on the list, but we have Evan, Courtney, and Brian here as well. We have Don Githens from Goodwill, Minnesota. Welcome, Don. Chad Cohen from Manatee Key Club. Jennifer Hammy, guest of Betsy Benak. Marcy McPherson, guest of Jennifer Fritsch. Lance Williams, guest of Mayor Brown. We have David Cornelius. Where's David? There we go. Reese Vita, guest of John Vita. and Travis Persinger from the Pirates Marauders. I think that was everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. I'd like to call up Sharon and Jess Cruz for their presentation.
So everybody remembers seeing the amazing Action Club performance at the beautiful Tom Bennett Park last week. Well, Sharon and I have the pleasure of co-chairing the Action Club, and these members have truly transformed our lives and made giving back to Kiwanis through Action Club such an impactful responsibility and opportunity for us. But we couldn't do it without the help of many community partners, one being Popey's, who in March, we had a penguin experience, and we were able to have district members and Manatee High members and our Action Club members all have a fun day over at Bishop, and Popey's catered the most delicious meal that everybody raved about. So we just wanted to give you a little thank you for such a wonderful day. Yes, thank you very much. And we have MPAC. So Janine at Performing Arts Center has really given a second home to our Action Club members and Easter Seal members, and have opened doors to the world of disabilities, where I mean, everything that you do at MPAC as far as the Braille and being able to give everybody an opportunity is huge. So thank you for all you do for Action Club. Thank you. And finally, for Kiwanis, it was Andy and Sharon that decided, let's create an Action Club, and you have given us such an opportunity to bless others around us. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And all right, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. That's exciting stuff. That's what we're here at Kiwanis is all about. So thank you so much for that. I'd like to call up Christy Haley right now to talk about our community service. Quack quack. Quack quack.
I will take all the quacks because y'all are all quacktastic. First of all, I want to thank you, Away from Ducks. Cereal for Summer, we were able to deliver an entire full box to the sheriff's office. So that was incredible. We did it in 2 weeks. Cereal for Summer campaign, we're going to feed a lot of kids this summer. So thank y'all so much for that. Number two, last night, the Kiwanis members showed up. We tagged all 30,000 ducks in like 45 minutes. I mean, it was phenomenal. So if y'all were there, thank y'all. I know it's dirty and sweaty, but seriously, all 30,000 in that amount of time. So come out Saturday if you're super bored and you want to come watch some ducks race at Caddy's, join us. We don't need you to work. Just come and have some fun. But finally, next, so the 18th, there is a fishing tournament. It's sponsored by North River Kiwanis. They still need a little bit of help. This is a kids fishing tournament. We're getting kids outside. We're giving them some nature and some fun and teaching them how to fish. And Max sent out an email with all the information. They do still have some volunteer opportunities available. So if you are available on the 18th, please sign up for that. We truly appreciate you. That's all I have. So thank y'all so much. Wrap it up. Can I quack again?
Quack quack. Yeah, and as Christy said in Mac's newsletter, all the slots that are open for volunteering on the 18th fishing tournament were in the newsletter, so please check that out. All right, so with that, we're going to call up our speaker today. We're really excited to have Charlie Bishop from the county come and give us an update on everything about Manatee County. Come on up, Charlie. Thanks very much.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much, Andy. Well, hello. I'm County Administrator Charlie Bishop, and thanks to the Kiwanis Club for the invitation to provide insight into the current state of Manatee County. I want to also thank the Board of County Commissioners, many of whom are proud Kiwanians, for their vision and commitment to Manatee County. Together, Manatee County government and Kiwanis form a formal partnership driven by a shared commitment to enriching lives, fostering prosperity, and making Manatee County the premier place to live, work, and play. We have a phrase that we use a lot here at Manatee County. You can see it in everything from our hiring initiatives to reminders throughout our facilities. That phrase, do work that matters. But that's only half the story. From the work we do to form enduring friendships with local organizations to being a champion that promotes education and ignites positive change through community outreach. The 2,000-plus employees at Manatee County do work that matters, so you can continue to improve the world one child and one community at a time. There's no better stage to showcase the commitment than the partnership that was reinforced at the recent ribbon cutting of the Kiwanis Playground at our very own Tom Bennett Park.
Good morning again, and welcome to Manatee County's newest recreational oasis here at Tom Bennett Park, a place where everyone can play.
So Kiwanis Club had a huge impact in getting this started and provided a whole lot of funding to get this started. And once the county found out about the idea, we were completely on board and just kind of ran with it.
We wanted to have a playground where not only some kids could play, but all kids could play. That all-inclusive, all abilities will be able to enjoy this facility. This is just our phase one, so we're really, really excited how it came out, and we're excited to see kids that are playing on it.
I think what we did today is a great example of public-private partnership. The Kiwanis had this fantastic inspiration to build an all-inclusive playground on a Manatee County park. The site that we found, this is the population epicenter of Manatee County. It's accessible to 75, it's accessible to State Road 64. It feels great to be part of something like this, where we have finally built a playground in Manatee County, the first one in Manatee County Park that is accessible to every family in Manatee County.
That's beautiful. Our commissioners are committed to embracing and enhancing these community partnerships. With their support, we're in process of adding permanent cornhole games near the Kiwanis playground. The pond just to the north has been recently stocked with over 1,000 catfish for kids' fishing programs with our Natural Resource Department. Commissioner Ballard has already expressed an interest in a community garden, and the splash pad next to the Kiwanis playground is set to break ground this fall. Community connections are important here in Manatee County, but it's also about compassionate connections. This board has demonstrated an exceptional level of compassion and commitment to addressing our community's needs. As a result, homeless initiatives have been made a priority. Under One Roof is a short-term family shelter off 57th Avenue in Bradenton that will support families experiencing homelessness by expanding local transitional shelter capacity and leveraging nonprofit expertise to oversee operations and services under one roof. Commissioner Ballard has been leading this charge on this project, and thank you. In addition to the leadership of the board, Fresh Start Manatee, like Under One Roof, is a development initiative that is solely funded through generational impact funds. Spearheaded by Commissioner Van Ostenbridge, Fresh Start Manatee is set to replicate the success of Pinellas Hope, spanning 8 acres. This facility offers a safe living environment and essential support to homeless individuals, empowering them to achieve self-sufficiency. As you see by the following presentation, the state of our great county is strong. Our strength lies in stable and forward-thinking Board of County Commissioners, complemented by senior leadership. I have the privilege of introducing this dynamic team. The senior leadership team of Manatee County represents resilience, foresight, and decades of experience driving substantial change within our communities. Originally hired as the Director of Development Services, Deputy County Administrator Courtney DePaul has been an integral part of our leadership team and has been responsible for implementing many innovative initiatives over her 2 years. Courtney.
Thanks, Charlie. Good afternoon. While I oversee 3 very exciting departments, I'd like to focus today, though, on some really exciting new community initiatives that we have in the works. As our county experiences continued growth, so does the board's unwavering commitment to public safety. It's imperative that we ensure our infrastructure is equipped to support this expansion. While my colleagues are going to discuss utilities and facility support, I want to emphasize the paramount importance of maintaining and enhancing our emergency medical services to meet your needs effectively. Recognizing this priority, the board has approved over $16 million in a 5-year capital improvement plan. Further, they're dedicated to enhancing resources at key locations like GT Bray, Moccasin Wallow, and East Manatee. Collaborating closely with the Manatee Sheriff's Office, we're advancing plans to establish consolidated MSO and EMS substations at strategic places throughout the county, maximizing the efficiency of your taxpayer dollars. Taking a moment, though, to highlight our exceptional emergency medical services team, they handled almost 60,000 calls in FY23 with a speedy average response time of 8.14 minutes. Their cardiac resuscitation rate is an impressive 36%, beating state and national averages and helping them to earn CAS accreditation this year. This was a prestigious recognition awarded by the Commission on Accreditation of Ambulance Services. This signifies our EMS team has met the gold standard of accreditation, and less than 2% of all ambulance providers in America have been able to achieve this. That was huge here in Manatee County. Next, our commissioners have never been more resolute in ensuring we also have a fully funded sheriff's department. It starts with appropriate facilities in the right locations to support their operations. We're well underway renovating a facility to house MSO's Aviation and Forensics Lab. We've broken ground on their new fleet facility with an estimated completion in spring of 2025. A new substation at Premier in Lakewood Ranch is slated to break ground this summer, also with an estimated completion of spring of 2025. And last but certainly not least, our new EMS substation, 22 off of Moccasin Wallow, is set to break ground on June 4th, and we'd love for you to join us at the groundbreaking. We're working on reducing demand on emergency services on the front end by improving programs like our community health program. This program addresses non-emergency medical needs proactively, providing preventative care and education, reducing unnecessary ambulance transports and ER visits, and promoting continuity of care through regular home visits and follow-up appointments. Thanks to this program last year, we saw a 62% drop in EMS transports and ED visits, saving residents and insurers over $7.5 million. And as you may have seen recently, actually at the last board meeting, we're drafting an interlocal agreement with the City of Bradenton, thank you Mayor, and thank you Rob Perry, and the Bradenton Fire Department for a pilot location for the Safe Haven Baby Box program. This partnership will offer a 24-hour hotline for mothers in crisis, and a Safe Haven Baby Box is a last resort option for women who want to surrender their baby anonymously. To date, nationally, the hotline has had over 9,000 calls. Safe Haven Baby Boxes have referred over 500 women to crisis pregnancy centers, assisted in 9 adoption referrals, and had over 140 legal Safe Haven surrenders. 43 babies have actually been surrendered inside of these baby boxes, and one as close as Ocala. Now, also at the last board meeting, it was an exciting one, we had Tampa General there, and Tampa General Hospital, in collaboration with the county and Archer First Response Systems, has introduced a first in the nation, drone program to deliver life-saving emergency response equipment to 911 callers. It will have, and here's a little video of how it's going to work, it will have an AED for cardiac arrests, a Narcan for opioid overdoses, and a tourniquet for trauma. These are the 3 top really 911 calls that we get, and this would be administered by the 911 caller while an ambulance is en route, so potentially saving minutes and saving lives. The pilot program will aim to accelerate response time for health-related emergencies within a 3.5-mile radius of our Malachite EMS station in Lakewood Ranch. But since this is a pilot program, stay tuned for expansion of this program into the future. So this gives an idea of the AED. And it actually talks you through it. It's got a Spanish option. It's an incredible piece of equipment. So we'll be posting videos as it continues to be operational. And then next, we're currently drafting a 2-phase agreement to bring a world-renowned treatment facility to Manatee County. The long-term recovery program, in partnership with Helping Up Mission, will be built and run through funding from the county's $38 million opioid recovery settlement. 4 acres of county-owned property on the corner of 63rd Street and 9th Avenue East is poised to house the missing link in this chain of continuing community care. Phase 1, once approved, is expected to commence this summer and consist of integrating 2 Helping Up Mission caseworkers into our community paramedicine program to provide referrals to those in need to their Baltimore facility. Phase 2, expected to follow behind, would be a development of a long-term recovery treatment facility in Manatee County on the site pictured above. And again, thank you to Commissioner Ballard and her vision here, because it truly has been incredible to work with this organization in Baltimore. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our emergency management team as we're nearing the start of hurricane season. Lucky us, starts June 1st. Our team's been working diligently with the community to build relationships that stand strong during an emergency event. One of the best ways to engage with the community is to give citizens an important role in their own recovery efforts. And our public safety department has been working with HOAs and neighborhood organizations in training these community emergency response teams, or CERT for short. We currently have 19 teams and we're growing. Please contact us if you're interested in joining or establishing your own CERT. And then one more piece of information, which is interesting. This photo was taken last year in Manatee County, and Jeremy at the front left made history as the first person with Down syndrome to graduate the CERT program in the United States, breaking barriers and inspiring inclusion in emergency response training. Finally, with hurricane season and as we approach, preparation is key. And know your evacuation level. Please follow us on social media and sign up for Alert Manatee for continued storm updates. I now invite Evan Pilichowski to provide insight into his 3 departments. Evan joined our team this was just over a year ago, probably about a year and a half ago now, but who's counting, as Utilities Director, and was recently promoted to Deputy County Administrator. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to the continued partnership between Manatee County and the Kiwanis.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Courtney, for the introduction, and thank you to Kiwanis for the opportunity to speak today. I'm really excited to be able to talk about my 3 departments and some of the ways that we are implementing the vision of the board to really make the community an even better place. Excuse me. Next slide. There we are. All right, so we have a whole team of talented grant writers here in the county, and we're always on the lookout for alternative funding sources. Our board is deeply committed to fiscal responsibility and maximizing our resources. To date, our grants team has applied for $106 million and secured $16 million, and we really want to build on that. So in furthering that commitment, we've recently hired Michelle Davis as our senior grants manager. This is a strategic addition to enhance our capacity to secure additional grants and reinforce our dedication to good financial stewardship, so that we can support the initiatives and capital projects that will benefit our residents. So speaking of infrastructure projects, we'll start with the much anticipated 44th Ave extension. So we're looking forward to the relief that this project will bring to both State Roads 64 and 70. We're currently kicking off the last phase of this project, and the estimated time of completion is the spring of 2026. So we're really excited to get that one on completed and get some relief out to our residents. So another initiative that's been spearheaded by the board is the brand new and innovative Gulf Islands Ferry Program. So you may have seen some ferries running from downtown out to the islands. This is just one way that we're providing easy and economical transportation to the island while avoiding traffic and some of the parking issues that we do have at the island. So programs like this go a long way to encourage our residents and our visitors to experience the county's numerous amenities. The TDC has recommended a 3rd enclosed ferry very recently that will seat up to 90 people. And we are in discussions to add additional stops, including one in Palmetto and one at Coquina Beach. So this slide, I love the photos here. You can see before and after. This is another exciting initiative that is underway at the direction of the board in Light Up Manatee. And if you see those 2 photos, nothing's doctored there. That's truly the before and after, and you can see what a difference that makes. I'm sure most of you have noticed that we do have a number of dark neighborhoods, and Light Up Manatee has been rolling out a number of street lights to these underlit neighborhoods throughout districts 2, 3, and 4. So with the commissioner's support, we're in the process of lighting up a significant portion of those roads and plan on about 9,000 streetlights to help improve safety, reduce crime, and build community in partnership with FPL and the Sheriff's Office. So here you can see the kind of current progress for Light Up Manatee. The segments that you see in green, that's where we've completed installation, but that's really just the tip of the iceberg. So the other segments in yellow and red and the white segments, these are where we're in the process of planning additional lights rolling forward. And if you go to the QR code, that'll take you to a place where you can sign up for updates and you can monitor how we're rolling this out, and you can see where those future lights are going to be going. So here's another way that the commissioners are making some improvements in the county through intersection improvements. So I know that this is a really busy map. We've got a lot of different symbols and it goes throughout the county here, but that's really a demonstration of how much we are doing to help those residents that live in these neighborhoods. So we're improving the flow of traffic and traffic safety with a number of signal improvements and roundabouts, and they're in various stages of design and construction. The ones that are just active right now, it represents an investment of $31.5 million, and that doesn't include the other completed work, and some of the FDOT work that's also on the books would be several million more on top of that. So I'm going to switch and transition from roads to water in this next slide. There's a brief video at the beginning of it that highlights the importance of water conservation, and it's one way that we're engaging some of our leaders of the future, as well as encouraging our citizens to do their part.
We're here presenting our water conservation vans. They are featuring our annual Drop Savers Water Conservation Poster Contest participants from Parish Community High and Rowlett Middle Academy. We have 4 students, 2 from each school, featured on our vans. These are our Water Lab vans, so they will be driving around in the community and promoting the water conservation message.
I just think it's a great message when students can show and see how they can make a change at any age. And I think it's important visually as an artist to be able to express yourself. And I just think this is such a cool opportunity.
All right, so you may have noticed some wrapped vehicles on your way in today, including those vans right there. So we're really excited that we are able to wrap several county vehicles and highlight the amazing work of the team members here in the county, and we can only do that with the generous support of the board. So the wraps are not going to stop at the vehicles. We're also looking at traffic control boxes. So this is a pilot project that we just completed. It's a traffic control box at the corner of 75th and 9th. And we're also currently vetting another 130 different locations throughout the county where we can look at some potential beautification. So by using some county-generated imagery, some public submitted artwork and feedback and participation with local organizations, we hope to make your drive through Manatee County just a little bit more beautiful and a little bit less the typical urban infrastructure by making installations like this. So with that, I want to thank you very much for your time. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Brian Parnell, who started doing work that matters with the county in October of last year after serving as a Civil Engineer Corps officer in the Navy for over 20 years. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction, Evan. I'm thrilled to be serving as one of your deputy county administrators, overseeing property management, sports and leisure, natural resources, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Beyond vehicle and infrastructure wraps, as Evan pointed out, our commissioners have a robust vision to enhance and beautify all aspects of our community. That starts at our front door. We've recently unveiled our new Manatee County welcome sign by the airport in Commissioner Ron's district. We're in the process of getting 2 much larger versions of this sign scoped and installed on Highway 75, one north of University Parkway and the other just north of Buckeye. Our medium beautification program is another initiative set by our Board of County Commissioners to renew the old and unkempt medians within the Southwest TIF. To date, we've transformed more than 77 medians and recently wrapped our medium beautification vehicle to remind taxpayers that we're working hard to beautify neighborhoods and improve our property values. In addition, we've recently signed a new interlocal agreement with the City of Bradenton for the county to make aesthetic improvements and take over maintenance of the Palmasola Causeway grounds. By providing the county a full-time employee to add to our Parks and Grounds crew, the city and county partnership through this agreement is improving efficiency as well as enhancing our public spaces. The Bradenton Area Convention Center expansion and renovation is paid for 100% by the tourism tax proceeds. Alongside the new Marriott Palmetto Resort, this facility is expected to generate $25 to $30 million annually to the local economy. We're also well underway with a $16.8 million renovation and replacement of the facilities at John Marble Park. We're looking to see the gym, pavilion, parking lot, and splash pad complete by November of this year, and a new pool soon after that. We also broke ground on the Parish Community Park Phase 1 project in November 2023 and estimate completion in December of this year. This is a $15.4 million project that includes a performance pavilion with a large event shade structure, picnic shelters, veterans flagpole plaza, walking trails with a wetland border, an observation platform, restroom facilities, splash pad, and multiple playground facilities. We also have a Phase 2 planned for this park, and the RFQ is currently out for proposals for the A&E services. The highly anticipated Premier Racket and Aquatic Complex, budgeted around $38 million, is currently in the 60% design review stage. This facility will boast a 50-meter competition pool, therapy pool, 24 pickleball courts with 14 of those covered, locker rooms, multi-purpose rooms, and an administration building. We'll be looking to break ground on this facility in January 2025. The Premier Sports Campus as a whole generates approximately $50 million annually to the local economy. And we're adding additional facilities to the campus this year to include 2 new full-size synthetic turf fields. We currently have 20 sites under conservation management across the county. We bonded financing for $37 million in more in preservation land acquisition, with 9 properties currently under consideration as recommended by the Environmental Lands Management and Acquisition Committee, or LMAC. In the past several months, we've actually been able to purchase 2 of those properties, the 68-acre Crooked River Preserve and the 98-acre expansion to the Emerson Preserve. The Crooked River acquisition has already been recommended for a $5 million grant under the FY23 Coastal Zone Management, Habitat Protection, and Restoration Bipartisan Infrastructure Law Competition. A lot of words there, but that just wanted to highlight that we have a lot of grant funding that we're going after and already receiving to help replenish those LMAC funds for these properties and help the restoration efforts after we do purchase them. In April, we received board approval on a $16.9 million project that will update current lighting to LED and add new LED lighting to sports fields where they don't currently exist. This will include 73 fields for retrofit and 12 new fields across the county. The savings from reduction in electric consumption, maintenance costs, and increases in sports revenue are estimated at nearly $12 million over the next 20 years by switching to the LED on our sports fields, not to mention the incredible increase in quality of lighting. We're actually estimated to complete this entire project and have all of our fields switched to LED within 1 year. I think my last slide here is Longboat Key. The county's recently partnered with Longboat Key to renovate this facility at Whitney Plaza, turning it into a flexible community meeting space. Once complete, it will have several rooms capable of supporting a variety of functions, including arts programs, children's programs, recreation classes, conferencing, and library and computer programs. We're on track to bring a contract to the board in June, have construction begin in July, and complete by Q2 of 2025. I appreciate your time. Now I'm going to hand it back to Administrator Charlie Bishop, who'll be filling in for our Chief of Staff, Andy Butterfield, as he's out on business elsewhere today.
If you just indulge us for a few more minutes, a few more slides and one more video. But thanks, Brian. As Chief of Staff Andy Butterfield, he's responsible for IT, Community and Veteran Services, and record information. Andy's a U.S. Navy veteran who joined the leadership team this past October. Unfortunately, like Brian said, he couldn't be here today. But part of his, under his leadership, is to increase efficiency. We decided to give citizens a choice beyond the standard phone call or walk-in. So we released a new version of our Manatee 311 app that allows taxpayers to expedite inquiries. See a pothole? Take a picture with the app, and it will tell our Public Works team exactly where it is. In addition to addressing concerns that come in via the app, our 311 team still answers an estimated 14,000 phone calls a month and an estimated 2,000 walk-ins a month. We also appreciate federal and state funding, so we have engaged and communicate regularly with our lobbying firms in Tallahassee and Washington, D.C. These relationships are essential. For example, major projects like the $3 million for Fort Hammer Bridge, the nearly $3.9 million we received for the Florida Gulf Coast Trail and Gateway Greenway Trail segment, as well as the $3.5 million for work associated with the expansion of 51st Street, are just a few of the many projects we do that are reliant on our lobbying partners. Since we can't adopt our way out of pet overpopulation problem, we're working on the 17th Avenue West Resource Center. This county-owned resource hub is poised to educate the public on proper ownership to keep pets in homes as long as possible, thereby reducing animal intakes. We will have 8 of these 16 kennel units reside at our Bishop property, bringing our regular dog adoptions to 128 kennels, with the hopes of eliminating our aging Palmetto Adoption Center soon. The front adoption center, which will also be located at Bishop, is at nearly 30% design, and the kennel units are also at 30% design. In addition to working with the City of Bradenton to secure a full-time employee for the maintenance of the Palmasola Causeway and the Safe Haven baby boxes, as Courtney and Brian mentioned, the county is also using $5 million of its tourist development tax, funding a 3rd ball field at the Lecom Park, otherwise known as City Park. Look for that to be completed in 2025. With this addition, we can go after high school and college tournaments, create year-long business opportunities, and continue a great partnership with Mayor Gene Brown, Rob Perry, and the city to enhance our urban core. Thank you to the city. The Tunnels at Tower project, approved recently due to the foresight of our county commissioners and ready to break ground in June, and you're all invited. Through this initiative, we anticipate providing housing and services to Manatee County veterans in need. We want every Manatee County veteran to know how to take advantage of this and other services. If you ever want real-time look at our state of the county, we invite you to take a screenshot of this QR code and join the mailing list of our monthly Newsflash newsletter. Currently, we have over 2,200 subscribers and growing. Another thank you to our board, who for the last 4 years has accomplished more in enhancing our parks, roads, and infrastructure that I've experienced in the 22 years I've been here. Thanks again to Andy and the rest of the Kiwanis for giving us the platform to tell you all the great ways we're improving the quality of life for our residents, visitors, and our organizations. I leave you with an open invitation to work for a dynamic employer with a great culture and a board that's committed to doing work that matters to keep Manatee the premier place to live, work, and play. In closing, please watch this video.
Behind the water we rely on. The playgrounds, the home runs, and the high fives. Behind the books that take us on adventures, and the places where we find peace. There's a Manatee County employee there to keep us safe. Clean up after the unexpected, and maintain things that we might take for granted. Manatee County employees do work that matters, so we can live a life that matters. Here in the premier place to live, work, and play. mymanatee.org/jobs.
And a big shout out to Casey Zempel, who put this presentation together and a majority of those videos. Thank you, Casey.
Wait, try. We have some questions first.
Oh. Mayor Gene Brown.
Hi, Charlie, and your entire staff, and what a great job. And I think that one of the things that I just want to thank, as far as collaboration that we've all been working through with our city, our counties, and others, And one of the most important things that I think we look at in our city of Bradenton, and people don't really realize where the boundaries are sometimes. So that's what I'm very proud to have the collaboration we've had with our county commissioners over the last several years, and as well as the city and our city council. But there was some information out there that I just think that we really need to get out there, that with the DeSoto Bridge replacement, because with our urban core, and that's what most of our longtime citizens see, is the traffic in downtown. And they don't realize that we are, as a county, a city, as a state, working together. And with the bridge replacement that was just had a meeting the other day over at the fair, that it's not just a bridge replacement right now. That's what they have to do for this step. But I think that, and especially this club here, needs to realize that with this club, we can sell what's going to happen next, and that would be capacity. And if we aren't, as this group right here, which is the core of the community, if this core isn't understanding what's happening, then it's going to be confusing for the rest of our citizens. So I think it's important to realize that the city of Bradenton, with its council administration, as well as the county commissioners and their administration, are all for adding capacity to make our urban core move a little better. But there's processes that you have to go through. And on June 12th, at the chamber meeting, there's going to be that next process that's going to be explained by DOT. So I'm confident in saying, from my city council, as well as what I know of the county commissioners, that all of us are going to work to make that capacity a very important role in the next short time. And I just want to make sure people realize that it is not that we've given up, that we are saying, hey, you got to replace the bridge, but you also have got to go the proper processes to go through. So I don't know if that's a question or a comment, but it's a speech, but I think it's a very important information to get out, why we're all here together as a group, that the bridge has to be replaced. And even though the county and the city may not control DOT, we will be working with DOT to make sure that our capacity, especially in the city, gets as much attention as possible, because most of the people that are complaining about the traffic in the city aren't the people that want to stay in the city. They just want to get through the city at some point. So we've got to figure that out. So great job, and I appreciate the collaboration, whether it's the medians that we've worked with DOT to get, whether it's the causeway, whether it's everything. And it's economy of scale. We can do things better together, and I think that's what we're doing, and I appreciate all of your staff, your county commissioners, and our city council and staff working together. So thank you.
Yeah, if I may add. I appreciate the comments, Mayor. There's also a component of the water that we're in discussion with you and FDOT also. We subaqueous are attaching it to the bridge, so there's a water main that goes. And also on the presentation, we left off a big collaboration we're working with you, and that's the downtown parking garage. Currently, we're out for a design build criteria package. We hope to get that under control so we can put it out for bid. And that's another big component together we're working on.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Not a question, just a comment. The 311 thing works. Where our church is out on 53rd Avenue and east up to 39th. Ditches were all clogged up and everything else, and we have part of the road there needed to get passed so that our pantry patrons could get in and out easily. And they came out within like a week and got it all done. And that 311 works. If you got a problem, use it.
Use it as a power play. I had a friend that had a pothole in front of his house, All he did was do the 311, but he thought I was godlike. Got his pothole fixed. So don't tell your neighbors, just use it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. One of the things I had a concern about, first of all, I want to commend you guys because the job's so hard.
Thanks, sir.
I recognize that. How do you go about identifying the places in which you will go and try and make a difference?
Yes, sir. That's a great question. We try to balance the districts. You know, Washington Park wasn't on the slideshow. We had to skin this down. We were giving 2020. I could be up here for 2 hours. We're so proud of everything we're doing. But the Washington Park area right now, you know that what we put into Leakin Park, we're finalizing that with the concession stand for the football players and the bridge that's going to connect Sylvan Oaks to that community. But Washington Park has been neglected, and it's not that we did it on purpose. Unfortunately, we got in the midst of a very good project, and we hit some bad dirt. And that bad dirt set us back 2 years. But we're trying to make amends by putting a community center there. Again, an initiative by Commissioner Ballard. And so we're also working very closely right now with the community for East Bradenton Park. There's a pool there that needs serious money. And the community's decided they don't want a pool. They prefer a splash pad and a multi-purpose field. And we're working on that direction. So to answer your question, it's sprinkled throughout the county, and we try to make it fair throughout the districts.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious about the water. And how safe is our water?
Yeah, I prefer, Evan?
We provide water all the time.
Yeah.
I like to just drink water right off the faucet at my house.
I remember the days I used to just take the hose out. Remember those days?
Yeah, and it's a good question. The drinking water in the county is really top notch. I know that we have some taste and odor issues that occurred last year, where you may have turned on the faucet and kind of had that little bit of a earthy smell. We were testing for everything that we have to and more, and there was nothing dangerous about the water. As far as I'm aware, in the history of the Manatee County water system, it's been safe to drink. But the taste and odor issues we acknowledge they do exist from time to time. Natural conditions occur in our reservoir. So we have installed ultrafilters at our water treatment plant, which should help. We've enhanced the treatment over the years to add some powdered activated carbon to kind of reduce some of those compounds. And we're also talking to companies about how we can better control the growth of the bacteria and the algae that's in the reservoir going forward. But it's a natural occurrence. It occurred the first year that we built the reservoir. It occurred again last year with the hot, dry conditions, and that's really when we have the most trouble with taste and odor issues.
Do you know how much we spend on the filtration system?
Oh, off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember.
40 million.
Was it 40 million? I thought it was more than that, but you know, we've made a lot of investment. 50 million. Courtney's saying 50 million. All right.
I hear 60.
Yes, sir.
Two things. What's the status of the expansion of the Canal Road, the 16th Street that was put on the board some years ago, of expanding it, taking it across? What's the projection on that?
Off the top of my head, we have about 460 different capital projects throughout the county. I know that one is an active project, but we've been running into some issues on property acquisition and business impacts, so that slowed it down a little bit, but it is an active project.
What's the effect of the putting the waste in the ground in North Palmetto? What's the projection of years of that eventually working its way into our whole water system?
Yep. So I'm going to say that there is no connection between the water that's going in at Piney Point and our potable drinking water system. They're different areas of the county. One's primarily surface water, and the area that's being pumped into Piney Point is not for drinking water purposes. There's different layers within the aquifer to prevent that.
Also, while we're on the topic, we have let the current contract expire with the current contractor. Shortly, and on the 28th, we expect to get a new contractor on site. We feel that the current contractor is not living up to our expectations, so we are going a different direction. Yep.
Last question. Yes, ma'am.
In regards to Lighted Up Manatee, can area residents put forth
forth or sign up if they would like a study of their own private neighborhoods for Lighted Up Manatee?
Yeah, we have to be careful. This is an FPL initiative, so we don't have Perico involved in this one right now. But it's an initiative. I know former Commissioner Satcher wanted to see some in his district. We alluded it's only in districts 2, 3, and 4, and that's partly because it's in the TIF and the way it's funded. But yeah, use our 311 app or use the QR code and let me know.
All right, thank you very much. What's Charlie? As with the tradition, Bradenton Kiwanis, we want to thank you for coming and present the most coveted golden ruler to our future success in the county. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Wait. Did I get a picture? Did I get it? Oh, I'm sorry.
One more time.
Both got to look at it at the same time. Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week.